Hello. Hey, everyone. Frazer Brookes here, coming to you live from Formby, northwest of the UK, with a very, very, very special guest. Some of you might have seen this guy. You might not recognize him with something around his face right now, which we'll get to a little bit later. I quite like it, to be fair, but we'll ask you guys what you think in a little bit. Guys, this live is going to be very, very, very different from the usual me being a crazy guy with my glasses on a Tuesday night, although it is still Tuesday. But I'm going to ask you this one favor, all right? As an appreciation, respect to Eric, Mr. Worre, I'm going to call him tonight, I want your full attention, your full participation. If the football's on, turn it off. If you've got another browser open, turn it off. If you're on MySpace, get it off, all right? Because throughout this live, we're going to be asking you for your participation, because one thing I know, if we teach you something, you'll forget it. If we show you something, you might remember it. But if we involve you in the conversation, you will put it into action and you'll implement it. All right. So we are going to try and break the internet tonight. I already see we've got 800 and something on the live. And I challenged Eric. What was the magic number, Eric, that we had to get on?
Like 3,000, I think.
All right, so we have a goal, but guys, before we start, right? And I know I'm talking already. I've already wasted 2 minutes of our time, which is about $4,000 of his time. I want to give a shout out, and I want you to we're representing Europe on this live tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some sort of roll call, and if I shout out your country, then I want you to go absolutely crazy on the hearts, because Eric Worre loves the love hearts. He loves them, right, Eric? You love them.
Love them.
Okay, so let's start with Scandinavia. All of the Scandinavian countries, could you do and go absolutely crazy if you're in Scandinavia? Let's go Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, right? My friends from Finland. Okay, let's go crazy. Let's go. Awesome. Now we're going to go over to my friends over in Portugal. Let's go crazy, Portugal. Show me some love. I know you've been going crazy.
Oh, my God, you're over 1,000 already.
We're over 1,000 already, right?
Oh, my God.
Let's go for 2,000, guys. Let's impress Mr. GoPro. Okay? So Portugal, go crazy. What's another country we can go for? Australia, 6 a.m. Australia. If you Aussies are awake, I hope you've woken up with a sober head, and it's not because you went out last night celebrating for this live. So awesome. And I'm going to go second to last of all, let's go UK. If we've got any UK family, let's go crazy. Show Eric some absolute crazy love. All right. And then last of all, if you are not in any of the countries that I've just mentioned, go flipping bat bananas, if that's even a word you can say. I want Eric to fall off his chair. All right. Because we have been 3 minutes in and we're well over 1,000, which was the goal. All right. So right. Okay. Awesome. So the guy I have got on this call, he doesn't know this, but for me, he is my generation's Jim Rohn. Okay, guys. And he might not like me saying that because, he might not like me saying that.
It's a pretty good compliment in my book.
Eric, when I get a little bit older, I'm just going to say, when I get a little bit older, I know that my children and that generation will be saying that I heard Eric Worre say this on stage. I saw Eric Worre wrote this. I saw him do that. So I just wanted to let you know that. But I also appreciate how much value you put out there. The book GoPro has completely revolutionized network marketing. Your events, GoPro Mastery, are some of the best events that I've ever seen and heard people talk about. You're respected by every single person. And that's one thing that I appreciate, that when you're at the top, it's tough, it's lonely, and people can attack you because you're an easy target. And I've not heard anyone do that about you. So the edification could be completely different of you. But I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you've done for everyone in the profession.
No thanks necessary, man. I'm living my dream. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And what makes me excited is contribution. Any way that I can contribute to the world in a bigger way, you and I are similar that way. We're driven by growth and we're driven by contribution. That's the thing, the stuff that fuels me. I don't think about things like competition. I don't think about things like scarcity. at all. I just think about how we can all do better together. And if I could be a little piece of it, then I'm happy.
I love that. I absolutely, and that says it all, what you've just said. Impact over income, all abundance of just giving and giving and giving when you don't have to, right? You're taking your time out now. You're on a private island and you're basically calling in, wasting your Tuesday with us.
Not wasting at all. This is why we do it. Everywhere we go, we're on vacation, but we're all also working. So we've 5 years ago we rented this little private island. It's not totally private. There's 6 houses on the island, but you can only get there by boat. And we rented it for a month 5 years ago, and had some coaching masterminds and different things over the course of the month. This time we rented it for 2 weeks. We already rented it next year for another 2 weeks. Bring the family out here, have a little fun, enjoy the weather, and then head back to sunny, awesome Las Vegas.
I love it, and that brings me on. So obviously we decided to do this live, and I believe you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's the first Facebook Live interview that someone's done of you outside of the US, right?
It could be. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I don't think there's enough evidence to refute the claim.
Oh, right.
I think we're okay with truth in advertising. I think we're all right.
So, guys, what I want you to do, let's do a little Facebook poll here with emojis. If you have read or listened or watched the GoPro book, okay, I want you to go absolutely bananas on the wow button, the wow emoji. Go crazy. Let Eric see how many of you have actually read his book. And if you haven't read it or watched it or listened to it, then you might need to do that as soon as you jump off this live. All right? Okay, that's the first one. Now, let's go. If you have ever seen Eric on a video before, a webinar before, leading up to this, let's go crazy on the haha emojis. I don't even know I can say that. The haha emojis, the lol emojis, whatever. Let's go crazy, yeah? Let's show him some crazy amount of emojis.
I love this thing. I use this thing today. I love the finger thing. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm totally
I think I might.
I'm going to give you credit one time, and then I'm stealing it.
And then, guys, the last one, what I want you to do is listen very careful to the instructions here, all right? I'm going to give you 2 options, all right? And you either option 1 will be like, option 2 will be love, and you decide. Do you prefer Eric GoPro Worre with or without a beard, right? I know his wife prefers it, so if you prefer him without the beard, give him loads of likes, give him the thumbs up. If you prefer him with the beard, give him a load of loves. All right, so I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to go. I want to see craziness. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to give it some love. People are commenting with the beard, keep the beard. The beard's awesome. The beard is winning.
The beard
all right. Looks like you're keeping it. Eric looks cute with a beard. Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice.
I'm the cute old grandpa.
All right, Eric. All right, let's. We could play all night, right? We could play all night. So, Eric, what I've decided to do is something very different. I'm going to be spending some time with you in less than 2 weeks over in Vegas, which we'll talk about in a bit.
Yep.
But I decided, because you charge 6-figure plus for people to work closely with you. So I know that your time is extremely valuable. But instead of me spending my time with you and asking you questions, which I have pages of, what I've decided to do is I've decided to invite some of my friends on to this live and allow them to ask you the questions instead of me.
Great.
Because I am doing this. I'm doing this for the network marketers around the world. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for them. So I want to give them the opportunity. But before we do that, guys, I am going to be giving away something worth $10,000 plus. And all you have to do is share this live as many times as you want. One share for 1 entry, 2 shares for 2 entries. But You have to add, after the live's finished, go back and edit it and add a description of what you loved most about this live. Don't just share it pointless. You have to tell the people why you're sharing it. Okay, it's very important. And next Tuesday's live, I will announce the winner at the beginning, someone who's going to win over $10,000 worth of prizes. Okay, so very, very important. But you have to wait until the end to hear what those prizes are.
Do I qualify?
You can share it.
Can I share it and get entered into the drawing?
You can share it.
I love winning stuff, but no, that's okay. That's okay. I'll opt out.
All right. So whilst we're waiting for our first guest to join on, I'm going to ask you some really quick fire questions just so the guys can get to know you a little bit more. All right?
Great.
We good? So pizza or pasta?
Ooh, I got to go with pizza.
Me too. Sports or movies?
Ooh. Wow. I would pick probably, with the exception of the Minnesota Vikings, American football team, and the Las Vegas Golden Knights hockey team, I'd have to go with movies. Movies are something.
Brilliant. Beaches or cities?
Cities.
Nice. Facebook.
Beaches are good to visit, but I get a little, the people who could just sit on a beach and just sit there, I don't understand. They just sit there.
Two days, maybe. That's it.
I like the view. I like to look at it, but anyway, yeah.
Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook, but I need to up my Instagram game. Facebook's still King Kong when it comes to business, especially in network marketing. Still King Kong.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs. I'm allergic to cats. I'm allergic to cats.
Oh, we have so much in common.
We brought 2 dogs here to the island with us to run around like crazy people.
All right, then flip-flops or sneakers?
Sneakers. I have a strong sneaker game.
Australia, I'm so sorry. Eric's coming to you in July. You're gonna have to get him to make the flip-flops. I know you guys love those things.
I have an equal pair of amount of flip-flops and sneakers here, but sneakers have a little bit of style,
That's true. All right, 3 more. Online or offline to build your business?
Combo, of course.
The trick.
I would say that the current trend is online, probably 70%, offline 30%.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I like that. I like that breakdown. Okay. What's that one danger food that you have after dinner before bed? If there's a packet of biscuits or some popcorn or an avocado, maybe that's the way you go. Is there anything
I could show you? I'll show you.
Go for it. This is brilliant. Guys, if you're enjoying this, show some love for Eric. Give the value bomb in the comments. He's opening his fridge.
It's like ice cream.
Oh, right. What flavor?
Well, Ben and Jerry's typically, but like double caramel.
The Magnums.
Yeah, come on, man.
I like the Magnums.
It's essentially anything with a carb in it.
Last one.
Yeah.
Introvert or extrovert?
Introvert.
Yes, unite. All right, okay.
I'm a situational extrovert, like you.
Yeah, me too. Like very much so. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, but here's what I know about you. If you're an introvert, when you're done with this, you're going to be jacked for a little while, and then your body's going to be really heavy, and then you're going to be drained, probably.
Introvert hangover, I like to call it.
Yeah. After a big event, I'm doing a 3-day event, and I already know after the 3 days. I just get heavy. I'm satisfied, but I get heavy.
I can imagine. I know after events is crazy, and my events are a fraction of yours. So, with that being said, I'm going to introduce my first friend. Now,
Great.
This awesome human is originally from Poland and came over to the UK a few years ago, and has managed to build an incredible business in the tens of thousands of people. She's been to 5 GoPro events.
Wow.
And she was actually at your event last month. It's May now, so last month. And she bought 20 tickets in the room, and she's already sold them. So she was on the live, and now she's not on the live. So I have no idea what just happened. This is what happens when you do these new things.
We can come back to her if she comes back on. I'm sure something.
All right. So
you're breaking the internet. When you break the internet, stuff like that happens. You got 1,700 people on.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What I'll do then is I'm going to ask their questions, because we've been 15 minutes and we need to give some value, right? And if they jump on, I'll just get them to come on.
What's her name?
So, sorry?
What's her name?
Her name is Yulita.
Okay, great.
So when she jumps on, we'll do it. So her question was, and guys, Facebook Lives has been so sticky and glitchy recently. It's just been nuts. But her question was awesome. She said, she said, which of the 7 steps of GoPro has social media made the biggest difference, and how?
I would say if I had to pick one, it would be, let me just go through them all. But if I had to pick one, it would probably be finding prospects. Finding people to talk to, but inviting also, presenting also, launching a business, helping a person get started also. There's a lot of online launches nowadays of people's businesses. But if I had to pick just one, the one would be finding prospects. For people who are worried that they don't know enough people, they now have the whole world to be able to talk to and build a relationship with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it, and I completely agree. I think especially finding prospects, and also, actually, Yulita's just jumped on. There's a massive glitch with this, guys. So, Yulita, you should be on the live. 3, 2, 1. There you go, Yulita. The stage is yours.
My best friend.
See us. Now, awesome human is originally from Poland. And came over to the UK a few years ago. There's a huge lag in the tens of thousands of people. She's been to 5 GoPro events. All right,
she's actually at your event.
Seems to be a gigantic lag.
Gigantic because of you have so many people on that. People in Palo Alto are going, what's going on?
It's absolutely nuts. So what we'll do is I'll just ask the questions.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, all right, okay. So the next person was a guy called Steve Ottewell. Steve,
how many
I really wanted to meet Steve because he built 13,000 people the old school way. Go.
Hold on one second. How many people are you got? Do you have questions with? How many?
Like 3.
No, it doesn't matter how many. I just want to give them some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give them when we're done. I'll give them some stuff. I'll give them 2 tickets to any one of our events if they want, whether it's GoPro Australia or Most Powerful Women or GoPro in the US, whichever one.
Wow. I this live's getting better and better and better. It's getting better and better. So, thanks so much. Okay, so Steve's question was, he built the old school way, the dinosaur way, as you like to say, 13,000. But now he's awesome because he's understanding he needs to adapt. Oh, Steve, I'm going to add you on, man. I'm going to add you on. If there's a lag, I'll kick you off. But Steve, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, Fraser.
Yes. Mate, thanks.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, Steve, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, thanks, Eric. How are you?
Look at all those trophies. Dang.
Steve, if you could do me a favor, mate, take the floor. You're all awesome. Everyone knows you're awesome. Guys, give Steve some love hearts. And then, Steve, take it away, mate.
Sure thing. So, hi, Eric. First of all, Eric, I would like to thank you for the value that you're bringing for everybody, me included, and for raising the credibility of the profession. And as Fraser mentioned, I built a team of over 13,000 business partners in 31 different countries using the old school methods. I've used the 7 skill sets that you teach with GoPro, and I've also used your social media mastery course to sponsor 20 people in 30 days. So thank you again for that. As Fraser said, now I'm working to adapt the new school techniques that people are using. So my question for you tonight, Eric, was if you were building a team in the field today, how would you be adapting?
I adapt every day because the social media world is a plan, do, review. It's a trial and error world. And I've built a big community. I don't have a downline, but I built a pretty humongous community online utilizing those strategies. What I would do if I was a field leader, it depends on if I had influence or not. If I didn't have influence, then I would to the marketplace with a combination of reaching out to people I knew and reaching out online and building a brand and then putting my team together. If I had influence, it would be slightly different because I would put my inner circle together face to face as much as possible, as quickly as possible. I believe that face-to-face change deepens that relationship quicker than a technology oriented start from scratch, build trust, build relationship type of a thing. So I would put my inner circle together, my launch team, as it were, like we talk about a 90-day game plan, kind of a whisper campaign. Hey, I'm about to do something big. I'm about to do something special. Not too much different than what Fraser did in building up this live.
Yeah.
He put some people together. Hey, can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? Would you come on, do some, ask some questions? And he did his different promotional things to tell people I'm about to do something special. Come join me. Then I would utilize technology in a pretty aggressive way. I would show my organization how to start with their warm market, but if they're scared and they don't want to be able to utilize technology in order to be able to get some things going and build some momentum. The thing that is scary is some people think it's all or nothing type of a situation. And if you follow the 7 skills that I talk about in GoPro, those skills are going to be the same for the next 1,000 years.
Yeah.
They've been the same for the last 1,000, they're going to be the same for the next 1,000. But the techniques change. When I first got involved in network marketing, we ran ads in the local newspaper to make the phone ring.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have access to the entire world and connect with people with like mind and like interests and similar people to be able to build conversation with. It's not that hard. So all of those skills, what social media does is just helps you do those at scale.
Yeah.
That's it. So it helps you do them at scale. The key in building an organization is the thief of duplication is complication.
Yeah.
If you complicate it or send people down the rabbit hole with social media, then they can lose their way. And anything that causes people not to face their fear and move forward is most of the time a shortcut that you don't want. You want people what network marketing did for me and can do for most people is force them to become the person they're supposed to become. And that comes from growing pains, that comes from learning, that comes from challenge, that comes from all this stuff. So would I use social media? 100%. I would probably put my team together with influence for a launch, or like somebody like yourself for another launch, a 20 and 30 or whatever it happens to be. And then I would make sure that inside of my team, it was follow the bouncing ball.
Yeah.
Do this to launch your business. Do this to build your brand. Do this to find prospects. Do this specific thing to invite them to take a look at what you have and educate them. Right? Do this with, do 3 ways with Facebook Messenger in order to connect them with some third party. utilize the tools, but really keep it simple, because if you throw people down the rabbit hole, I think you lose some duplication from it. Us as leaders, we can all deal with it, but a confused mind does less than a focused mind will do. So whatever your system is, I work with probably $300 to $500 million a year earners or above, okay? And dozens of huge companies. And I have a view that most people don't see. And part of that view is the companies that are utilizing social media and the leaders that are utilizing social media and keeping it extremely simple, where there's not a lot of customization even. The only customization is their personality, which is enough. But they keep the rest kind of simple, and there's comfort in everybody knowing, oh, this is how we do it here. Oh, okay. This is how we have our launch party online. Oh, this is how we do 3-ways using Facebook Messenger. Oh, this is how you build a brand and how following. This is why we do lives and how we do lives. That kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can get lost in the bigness of it. Sometimes as a leader, our hardest job is to keep it so simple that people can continue to do it when we're not babysitting them.
Yeah. Perfect.
Make sense?
Thank you for that, Eric. Fantastic.
You're welcome, my brother. It's great to see you. And I told Frazer before you got on, I'll send you a couple tickets just for asking the question to either GoPro or to the Most Powerful Women, whichever you'd like. My compliments. Frazer will give me your contact information. My office will get you a couple tickets. So
thank you so much. So grateful.
Yeah, it's really, really fun to talk with you.
And you, Eric. Take care.
All right.
Cheers, Steve. Appreciate you, mate.
Cheers, Frazer.
Cheers, mate. All right, that was absolute gold. I think I've got Yolita. She's going to try and jump on now. There we go. Woo!
Yeah, it's really,
we have a lot of people on.
And you, Eric.
Yolita, can you hear me? Oh, there's a lag. Yolita.
Hello, guys. Currently, I am in the show, and the audience can see me, but I can't actually see anything. So, guys, awesome style, super excited, and obviously I've got this super Bible next to me. Apparently, as I said, Super Bible, the GoPro 7 Steps to Become a Network Marketing Professional. Crazy stuff. I've learned so much from it. I've learned so much from the GoPro events. And the question is, Eric, for which of the 7 steps the social media has the biggest influence, and how? Can you help us out?
Sure, I'll answer it again because maybe I can come up with some clarification on it. First is I think the most important is finding prospects.
My first friend.
We got an echo going on. There we go. Finding prospects is the key skill that probably helps the most. Finding people to talk to about your product or your opportunity, but it helps all of them. It helps follow up. It helps promoting events. It helps getting people started. It helps closing. It helps everything. All it is it's a tool to be able to do the fundamentals at scale. And it's an ability for you to be able to reach the world at scale instead of one at a time. Sure, I'll answer it again because maybe I can come.
Yolita, thank you so much for jumping on. There is a little bit of a lag. We both absolutely love you. I'm going to message you once we're done because Eric did say he was going to treat you to something real special. So thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. And guys, if you could show some love to Yolita, give us some love hearts. I'm going to blow kisses as well. All right, that was very weird. But see you, Yolita. Catch you soon. All right. Right, Eric. Next one, last one, right? Last one.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to invite you on. I'm going to invite onto you someone who has become a really, really good friend of mine. First of all, 3 years ago, she joined the industry in network marketing. She worked in a call center all right, 3 years ago, decided to join the company that she's with, and just built it. Social media, went hard, super hard worker, learned the skills, and she's hit the top of a network marketing company. But what impresses me the second most is that she's spoken on stages, I think, in 3 or 4 continents, in countries all over the world. The company she's with love her. But what impresses me with the most, I've got to be careful because I get a bit emotional when I talk about this sort of stuff, is that she is so humble. It's insane. And I love that about her. And if I could give her one superpower, it would be the superpower of not ever changing. So I'm going to invite her on. Guys, when you see this girl, do me a favor, go crazy in the comments and give us some love. So I'm going to invite Perry on. Perry, it should say 3, 2, 1, and you're going to jump on. It should. Is it there? Perry. Is she?
Yeah, it's just come on now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Go for your question for Eric.
Oh my God, I am so nervous. Like literally, I cannot believe how nervous I am. I'm actually just in a hotel lobby because I've just done a meeting with my team and they're all sitting over there watching me like, oh my God, what is going on? This is so exciting. Honestly, this is mental. So my question to you, Eric, is about growing your business internationally. So obviously on social media, it's really easy for us now to grow our business internationally. And I've always followed the rule of build local, grow global. And I was just wanting to hear some of your advice on what you think the best practices are for growing your business internationally on social media.
Okay, happy to share with you. I will, first of all, congratulations on your success. Frazer talks awfully highly of you, and that says a lot. I grew a business in 60 countries around the world. Most of them I never visited, but I will tell you the best way to build an international team is to build a local team and then find the international contacts from the local team, because everybody knows somebody. Especially for those of you in Europe. I mean, you're so close to so many different cultures that you go down one street and that's Germany. You go down another street and that's Italy. You go down another street and that's Portugal. You can find your way to anywhere. So rule number 1 was to build local and grow it international. For example, I had a huge team in Israel at one time, and it's a tiny little country, but there's Israelis everywhere in the world. So it was very easy to go expand into other markets because even though that market was shallow, it had a lot of reach. And that, I think that's most markets if you approach it that way. So that's number 1. Number 2 is I would build it long distance and make the demand pull me to that market. I used to have people kind of compete for my time as I was building a team. If they did X amount of volume, or if they put X number of people in the room, then I'd get on an airplane and fly over there. Now, if it was a key leg and the person was exhibiting really strong leadership behavior, then I might go to help them launch. If they gave me commitment that they were going to be focused entirely the time I was there. I made so many mistakes in the international. I mean, I've flown there when they weren't ready and they're at work and they send me a list of prospects to go call. It's like, no, that's not why I came all the way here. This is not how it's going to work. So I would chase it. The great thing about international, the secret weapon about international is, especially the bonus, is if they don't speak your language. It's so awesome because they have to become leaders and they don't need you so much. They don't depend on you so much, and they step into their own kind of leadership capacity. And what I ended up doing as I built that is so I would chase it, and I would get the groups to kind of earn my time. I would go in and I would work hard when I go into these markets. Let's say I was building in 4 countries and I was focused on those 4 countries over the course of this next year because I had 4 lines growing in those 4 countries. I would go in probably 3 to 4 times a year for 3 to 4 days. And I would have them earn my way in there. I would do events all day long with a big event at night. I'd meet with people all day long, every day, all 3 days. I'd have leadership breakfasts. I'd have leadership lunches. I would just go from morning till night for those 3-4 days. And then I would give them an assignment and say, I'll be back in 30 days, or I'll come on, I'll send a video for you to play at your next event. Or now you could say, I'll come on Skype, or I'll do a Zoom for your team when you put them all together. But I would give them assignments that they would need to do between then and the next time I came in. Then I would come in again, and I would juice it again. I'd come in June. It would go to twice a year. And then if it was an important market for me, it would be once a year. I'd go into that market, and I'd kiss babies, and I'd take pictures, and I would be the event. I'd be the guy that shows up to kind of validate, and they would be able to promote more people to come in for an event like that. So that's how it kind of evolved. I mean, what most people don't realize is no matter how big a business you build, you're only going to be working with about 30 people ever. On a regular basis. Those 30, that center of influence, those influencers around you are going to become more and more influential in order to be able to earn your time. But some people get really freaked out. I got 10,000 people on my team. How am I going to give individual attention to 10,000 people? You give group attention to everybody, and then you let the leaders earn your time in order to be able, because they're the leverage point. You impact that leader in Lithuania, and that leader is going to go impact 100,000 people. You go impact that one in Poland or that one in Australia, and they're going to go impact 500,000 people. So don't get too stressed out. What I'm saying is, if you have them spread all over the place, get them competing, get them to earn your time, get them to earn your attention, reward that attention, not the people who need you, the people who deserve you. Those are the ones who get your attention. Because if you spend all the time with people who need you, you're going to be exhausted and worn out and not and making 10% of your potential. But I don't know if all that helps you, but that's kind of the roadmap that I use and encourage other people to use.
That was like gold dust at another level.
Good.
Perry, thanks so much for joining us on. Go crush the rest of your event. I'll catch up with you soon.
Say hi to your team.
I will. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. She's awesome. Guys, if you could do me a massive favor, I'm going to invite one last bonus guest on.
Bonus guest?
Now, before I do this, Eric, I promise you, like 10 minutes after this, we're done. Because the sun.
I'm having fun. So
all right. Okay. Good.
Because my computer goes through a charge like crazy. Can you give me a charger for this?
So whilst Eric is fixing this, guys, I need more love and comments than I've ever want you to do. What I want you to do is I want you to comment the word hero in the post. I want you to comment the word hero. And this is why. Because the person I'm going to introduce now is my hero. Right?
Cool.
And he was my upline, and he's my mentor. He still is, and he's also my dad.
Oh,
right?
fun!
So say hi to my dad. There he is.
How you doing, guys? You all right, Eric?
How are you, brother?
He's all right.
I'm sat on a low seat. Hold on.
No, it's all right, Dad. It's all right. It's all right. So, Dad, Eric, me. So, guys, if you're watching this, between these two gentlemen on the screen, there's 60 years experience.
What year did you start?
What? Say one time.
What year did you start?
What year did you start?
October 1987.
Oh my gosh, you're like 4 months ahead of me. I was January 1988.
Wow. There you go.
That's impressive. So, Eric, me and my dad, we want closure on a question that's been, that we have been fighting over for the last year.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Skype or Zoom?
Well,
whoa. Before you answer, I'm a Skypey.
Oh, no.
Okay. So I know when I used to do three-way calls, I never got timed out. And once I got somebody's connection, I knew their birthday, I knew their contact details, I knew their name and everything else. And I can go back through my history from my Skype contacts and I can still connect with people. I can't do that with Zoom contacts because you lose them. You lose them.
All right. So Frazer, what's your counterpoint?
Just Zoom's better and it's new. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. It's up to you, Eric. You've got the deciding vote.
Well, I will hedge slightly and say that both of them work. Both of them work just fine. I use Skype every day with my office mostly. There is a record that kind of a history that can be kept and shared, an ongoing conversation. Zoom has the recordability, shareability. It's a little bit more functional when it comes to broadcast-oriented stuff. For one-on-one, if you want to have a long-term conversation, I'd probably lean towards Skype. And if it's group or broadcast stuff, I'd lean towards Zoom.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
So, all right, there we go. It's
So
settled,
you both
right?
win.
You can still be my hero, man.
Okay.
You can still be my mentor, my hero.
Well, I'm still going to be your dad. No
You're
matter what.
still going to be my dad.
We're never going to change that.
Thanks, Dad. Guys, I want to hear from you as well. All right, before we ask a couple
What do they think?
couple more.
What do they think? I want to know what they think.
Sorry, Eric?
I want to know what the audience thinks. Zoom or Skype?
Exactly, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So, guys, let us know using the word Zoom or using the word Skype. Which one do you choose? So 3, 2, 1. Just let us know, and I'll go back through the comments a little bit later because I'm literally going to tell you.
You're going to go through 8,000 comments, really?
Yeah, for sure. It's that important.
Wow.
Right, Eric. Okay, so there's a few people on this live who know that I'm going to be coming over to Vegas in the next, less than 2 weeks, and I'm super pumped about it. But I'm actually coming to your house, right?
Yep. Can't wait to have you, man.
I'm looking forward to having you. I hear that you have like a golf course in your actual house. It's that big.
No. There's a golf course in the neighborhood. But actually, we're building this big crazy house, which I'll show you when you get to town. We're moving in later this year, but we're in a big rental house that's like a quarter mile away. But have you ever golfed? Are you a golfer?
I've hit a few balls.
You don't strike me as a golfer.
I'm all right.
All right. Well, after the event on the 12th, we're going to go to a place called Top Golf, which is a fancy nightclub type place with golf. And we're going to do some FaceTime Live with you golfing for the whole world to see. That'll be fun.
What's your handicap?
Oh, I'm like a 14. I'm not very good.
All right, so you need to give me a few shots. All right, okay. So, right, Eric, can you let the guys know, all right? Can you let the guys know exactly why I'm coming to Vegas and why you actually invited me over?
Yeah, what I wanted to do, I believe the social media inside of network marketing has hit something of a tipping point where there's enough results and duplication, because results have been there for a while, but duplication has only recently surfaced in the last 3-4 years, where people got results personally, but they also created duplication on their teams. And that's what I'm interested in, is that combination, because it could be a job. Network marketing can be a job. Using social media for network marketing can be a job. And I don't want just a job for people, because you can make $100,000 a year just with sheer effort. But you want to make $1 million a year, you got to get some duplication. And that's happened in the last 3-4 years. And I decided it was time to bring the best I could find in the world, the absolute best, 16 of the superstars, the ninjas of the world. that are spending all of their time focused on this particular topic and put them together for one day live 8-hour event. We'll stream it from my house. People who register for it are going to get replay of it. But we're going to talk about Facebook. We're going to talk about all the platforms. We're going to talk about how you use all the platforms. How do you build your brand? How do you never run out of prospects? How do you use stories? How do you use Messenger? How do you use live? How do you use direct message? How do you use the platforms to launch your network marketing business? How do you use your platforms to train your network marketing organization? What are the tips and secrets that these people are spending all of their time on? So I put together this lineup. I mean, it's never happened. This group of people all in one room at the same time sharing ideas, and it's going to be insane. The thing that gets me excited more than anything else, Frazer, is a single idea. One little 1% thing that nobody else even notices. But I know as soon as I see it that I can implement that into my life, into my business, and 5 years from now, my contribution is off the chart. 5 years, just one little 1% thing. Because I'm very, very highly aware of those 1% things because I've been collecting them for 25, 30 years. And that's how I got where I am, is all these little 1% things. You don't find a 20% thing or a 30% thing. You find little 1% things, and then you test it, and you plan to review, and then you find another 1% thing. You test that, and you plan to review. So the goal of this is over the course of 8 hours to get hundreds of those 1% things and let a person, depending on their company and their circumstance, use that to map out a specific game plan that they can get results with and also duplicate on their teams. Regardless of the product, regardless of the company, that they can use what is really working right now, this minute. One example is groups. People are using groups to absolutely explode their business. We got one lady coming who's recruited 2,000 people in the last 4 years personally. Her and her boyfriend together, they'll make between $4 and $5 million this year. They started 4 years ago. Just with groups, just groups. There's other people that are crushing with Instagram, other people, tons of people crushing with Facebook, people using YouTube, specific strategies, Zoom and Skype and Live and all these other kinds of things they're utilizing, but we're going to teach you the best way. And I believe that success leaves clues, number one. And number two, I believe that it's better to, a year lost is you're never going to get it back. Why spend a year or 2 or 3 struggling on figuring all this out when you can get most of it figured out in 8 hours? Why would you do that? And even, here's the other side. Even if you focused on one thing, let's say you focused on Facebook groups for the next 12 months, you're not going to know what's going on with all the other aspects of social media because you don't have enough bandwidth to be able to absorb it all and implement it into your business. So you're going to get the best from Facebook, the best ideas from Instagram, the best ideas from YouTube, the best ideas from Snapchat, the best from groups and lives and stories and communication and launches and training, the whole thing, all in one day. Now, it's, I understand you're not going to be able to absorb it all in 8-hour sitting because that's not how social media works. What you'll do is you'll be able to absorb it while it happens live because it's going to be special. It's going to be historic. People are going to look back at this as the time when the tipping point happened inside of social media and network marketing. But you'll also get the replay, and we'll chunk it all down into modules that you'll be able to watch. If you're part of this, you'll be able to watch as long as you want for forever. You'll own it. So I'm excited. Frazer and people like Ray and Jessica Higdon and John and Nadia Melton and Rob Sperry and, all of them. I don't have the whole list in front of me. Angel Fletcher is the one who's crushing with groups and going to be sharing her secrets. So it's pretty special what we're going to do in that day.
So guys, this is what's going to happen, right? So obviously, Eric's put together this incredible lifetime event. And to be honest, there's 16 speakers, all are 7-figure earners. A 7-figure earner values their time at minimum $500 an hour. For 8 hours, right? So that's $4,000, all right, times 16. That is $64,000 worth of time, plus Eric's, which is $5,000 an hour. That's $69,000, right, of value for $297. Now, I want you to think of this. And then I'm going to shock you beyond belief. Because if you pick up one thing that can get you one prospect, that can literally change your entire business, because it did for me. I used social media in 2010, found someone who was responsible for over $500,000 for me, just from one person that I found. And I'm going to share with you that tip that I found that person, which I've never shared before on Eric's, on the social media summit. But we have to go a little bit better, don't we, Eric? So Eric said to me, he said, Frazer, I can create a link for you so you can track everyone who basically buys a social media summit. So I was like, awesome, that's great, because what I want to do for every single person who decides to buy through the link that you can see on your screens, I hope, right? If you can't see a link or you're worried that the link's not working, message me privately. I will fix you, right? I will sort you. Now, I am going to give you my time as a bonus. I am going to literally, because there's a lot to digest. 8 hours is a lot. 8 hours is a lot. But the 1st of June, the first week of June, so like 2 weeks after social media summit, you and me are going to get in a group, all the people who buy it, we're going to do 4 weeks of Zoom calls, right, for a minimum of 2 hours each, right? And I'm going to talk to you about how to set up your profile pages, what to do in groups, how to do your branding, how to do Facebook Lives. You can pretty much see here, guys, I've not seen anyone in Europe get over 1.7 thousand live viewers on a live, right? Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how to promote, because promotion gets attention, attention gets engagement, engagement gets awareness, awareness gets you influence, influence gets you money or leads or contacts, whatever you want. Okay, so I'm going to do that with a ton of other things. I'm going to add you all into a group. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if Eric allows me, I'm going to do behind the scenes access. I'm going to go live into that group. If there's 5 of you, there's 5 of you. If there's 10 of you, there's 10 of you. If there's 100 of you, there's 100 of you. I'm going to literally behind the scenes, absolutely everything. But it gets better. It gets better. Because if you commit to sharing this live and you change the little description after we're done, I'm going to put all of you into a draw, and this is the $10,000 plus giveaway. It's way over $10,000. One of you guys, I'm going to select on Tuesday nights. I'm going to select one of you guys, and I'm going to give it to you absolutely free. Now, that is a bit of a naughty thing to do. Why? Because a lot of people who know this sort of stuff, you've just devalued the whole thing. But I want you to have the chance of winning that. However, sorry, Eric, after this, guys, I promise Eric is going to do the forfeit, because we got way over 1,000 live viewers, Eric. Way over. All right?
Are you sure?
So
these aren't all just relatives?
So here's what we're going to do, right? For the first 30 people, now this is me being really silly. For the first 30 people who decide to take me up on this, I'm going to get on a 15-minute phone call. Not my team, me. I'm going to go on a 15-minute phone call with you to make sure that you go through what I call my Facebook facelift, for you to look as attractive as possible online. So if someone comes over to your profile page, they are not leaving until they want to be your friend, guaranteed. So we're going to do that. Once you've done that, you can do anything on the internet and you'll pretty much get more leads coming through you. So the 30 people, I know 18 or 19 people have already bought it, because they've been pinging me whilst the other people speaking were on. So we've got 11 more spaces now for that. So that link's there. That link's there. All right. That link's there. You can see it. So I'm going to do that. That link's there. You can see it there. Any issues, any problems, don't contact Eric. Contact me. If you've got any questions about it, what's included, anything, I will personally reply to you. So tomorrow I will not be doing anything apart from replying to you guys. Okay. Now, Eric, does that sound good?
It sounds amazing. You're very generous.
Yeah, it might have been a bad idea. I
I'm talking about the 8 hours that you're doing in the 4-week coaching thing, which is awesome. And then the personal 15-minute time. And it's like, that's a lot. It's a lot.
Someone's just said the link isn't working. Guys, that's probably because we've just crashed the site. Because there's a large volume. So again, if the link's not working, then do me a massive favor and just message me. All right. It might be difficult for me, but let me just check. Right. Page not found. Okay. Something's not right. I'm gonna have to fix this. But here we go. Let me just do. Sorry, guys. 2 seconds. Right, Eric.
It worked on my side.
If you could do me a massive favor, if you could give the guys your 2 cents on where you think the industry is going. I know you've touched on it, but where do you think it's going?
I think we're in the embryonic stages of network marketing. We are so early in our development, and at the same time, we're early, but there's so much opportunity. We're the perfect combination of mature enough that you can build with confidence, but early enough that you can get huge leverage for every hour. 10 years from today, I think people are going to have to work 10, 15 hours, 20 hours to accomplish what they can get accomplished in a half an hour or 1 hour today. It's literally that big, the scale that's available to you. I will tell you also that your other link worked. I tried Frazer. Your other link worked. It worked on my side. Anyway, if it's not working for other people, I tried it when you had it up there.
Eric,
yeah.
Can I just say something? Guys, I'm now going to do probably the most stupid thing I've ever done in my entire career. I'm just letting you know. So, because some of you guys had a problem with the link, and I can see there's a ton of people who are already taking us up on this offer, for everyone who joins before midnight Tuesday UK time, so 2 hours, everyone, I will do the private 15-minute call with you on Zoom. Now that's stupid. Yeah, I know, but hey, sometimes it's not their fault that the site's not working, right? On my end, it must be a problem with my link. So that's me being silly. So, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I charge $297 for that actual privilege. Yeah. So you're getting everything. Eric, sorry, I interrupted you. Apologize.
Your generosity is awesome. Here's what I will tell you is. And I've got 2 minutes, and I've got to jump on another call. But here's what I'll tell you quickly, and you can continue. Is just know this: you've made the right choice to be involved in network marketing. You're very early when it comes to the development and the growth of the organization and the growth of the community and of the profession itself. And we are together raising the professionalism in every aspect. And social media happens to be the most public one. So when we get our stuff together, when we're solid, when we're unified, and we have kind of standards and practices for how we self-police when people get out of line or just show people that there's a better way to do it and get better results, then we're going to dominate because we're being more clever utilizing the tools available to us than any other profession out there. We just have to do it. So I've got to. Do we have to set up a follow-up to do the actual thing?
We're going to do it right now, real quick. Guys, the forfeit for Eric, right? The forfeit for Eric was that he has to give us, and this is embarrassing for Eric, his best English Cockney accent. So you ready, guys? You ready? Give some love for this, or emojis.
You have to give me something to say, and then I'll come on, and then I'll repeat it.
Let's go. That's a good one. You didn't warn me about this. Let's go.
I'm sweating.
Let's go. Oh yeah, I'm actually sweating as well. Let's go. All right, governor. Yeah. All right. Let's just go. All right, governor.
All right, governor.
Oh, brilliant. Eric Worre has just done his best.
Hey, listen, I appreciate all of you. And Frazer, it'll sound hard for me to say this without sounding patronizing, but I'm really proud of you, young man. I'm proud of what you're doing. I'm proud of the people that you're helping. I'm proud of the person you're becoming. And I think you're just warming up. You're just, when I see where you are, compared to where I was at age 30, you're just getting started, my friend. So keep up the good work. Do the good work, serve the people, provide the value, and you can't do anything but win. So I've been very impressed with your community, impressed with almost 10,000 reactions, over 10,000 comments, and still 1,300 viewers an hour later. That is a tribute to your contribution and to your heart. So well done.
Thanks so much. I know you have to go, but I've got to say one thing because it's a goal and dream of mine. Guys, it's going to be hard for me to say this. My wish for you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional. You decide to go pro, and you decide to learn what it takes to succeed using social media, because it's a stone cold fact that we have a better way. Now let's go tell the world using social media. Eric, thanks so much. You mean the absolute world. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. I'll see you in like 10 days or so. All right. Thanks, Eric.
So how it goes, and I'll look forward to, maybe I'll pop on to one of those special calls or one of those Zooms with that group that you're doing over those 4 weeks and bring a little extra value.
Wow. Eric, all right. You've got another call. Busy guy. We're taking an hour of your time. Thanks so much. Really appreciate you. Catch you soon.
Love you, man.